on the Rainbows of Hawaii. Al Noga led Hawaii surge in '86 when he terrorized Wisconsin.
Takes out of the pocket by Noga. Noga has him. 4 seconds.
Hawaii was rising to a new level, and soon opponents realized it was no vacation playing in Aloha Stadium. In the '88 home opener, Jason Elam victimized #1 Iowa with a late field goal, and the Rainbows proved they were for real. This year's cast of stars includes quarterback Garrett Gabriel and Jamal Farmer, who helped make Hawaii the 5th best scoring offense in the nation last year. 1989 WAC Defender of the Year Mark Odom leads the defense as Hawaii guns for the WAC title. Texas A&M's Darren Lewis begins 1990 dreaming of a Heisman Trophy. He hopes to become the first Aggie to win it since John David Crow in 1957. Lewis has filled his resume with highlights while rushing for more than 3,300 yards. R.C. Slocum has a top 20 team that's looking to run away with a Southwest Conference championship. Texas A&M Aggies and the Rainbows of the University of Hawaii. Good afternoon, everybody, from Aloha Stadium. I'm Sean McDonough. Welcome to the first of 50 college football games to come your way this season on ESPN. It's a pleasure to be working with former Pittsburgh coach Mike Gottfried this season. Mike, what an appealing matchup we have to start this college football season. Texas A&M, a power team on offense. Hawaii, a little bit of a finesse team.
Sean, this is an exciting matchup for an opening ball game. You got Texas A&M with big backs and a big, strong offensive line. They're going to try to ball control the offense as much as they can against the smaller Hawaii defense. On the other side of the ball, you have Hawaii, who runs a wishbone and run and shoot offense that will attack the field both horizontally and vertically. So you look for a big stretch on the defense of Texas A&M. It's very, very quick. There's a lot of athletes on this A&M team.
Differing offenses, but plenty of talent on both sides. For Texas A&M, they feel they have the best backfield in the country, led by Darren Lewis, a Heisman Trophy candidate, and a big fullback, Robert Wilson.
Texas A&M can go 5 deep as running backs. Darren Lewis is an outstanding player, maybe a Heisman Trophy candidate at this time of year. Everybody is. Robert Wilson, a big, strong fullback, an outstanding player. I look for both of those guys to try to, again, tee it up on the Hawaii defense.
They are big backs. They could wear down the smaller Hawaii defense on a warm afternoon here in Hawaii. The Rainbows with that finesse attack led by quarterback Garrett Gabriel. They also have Jamal Farmer, one of the best players in the WAC.
When you look at a run and shoot offensive football team, Sean, you take the fullback, the A, the B back. Jamal Farmer is like Barry Sanders of the Detroit Lions. He's going to get his carries. He's going to rush the ball. He's going to be a pass receiver. He has to have a big day. He's an outstanding player. 18 TDs as a freshman. Best in NCAA history. Garrett Gabriel, quarterback, an outstanding quarterback. How Garrett Gabriel goes today will go the hopes of the Hawaii offense. They're a great football team when he's on. He has to do a good job on the option, and he has to throw the ball well for them to win today.
And here come the Aggies of Texas A&M onto the field. Texas A&M last year 8-4, including a loss to Pittsburgh in the John Hancock Bowl. Many people think they are the favorites to win the Southwest Conference this year. They're ranked 13th in the nation coming into today's season opener. Across the field, the Rainbow Warriors of the University of Hawaii. 9-3-1 a year ago. They've won 9 games in each of the last 2 seasons. They were losers in the Aloha Bowl to Michigan State here at Aloha Stadium last season. A crowd of close to 50,000 on hand for ESPN's presentation of CFA football. Texas A&M in Hawaii. It's brought to you by here in Hawaii, but elsewhere around the country. Plenty of college football action is underway. For an update, let's check into the studio with Tim Brando.
All right, Sean, thank you very much. And it is indeed a pleasure to be back here in the chair. And throughout the course of the year and this day, I will have all the scores in college football. Already, toe has met pigskin, believe me.
Thank you, Tim. We look forward to working with you all season long. A&M and Hawaii to open the 1990 college football season on ESPN. A&M won the toss and deferred. Hawaii elected to take the football. Lane Talbot, normally the kickoff man, but he's bothered by a hamstring problem. Terry Venetoulius is kicking off wearing number 1. Larry Conn-Smith from the 5, right up the middle, still on his feet out to the 40-yard line. Here is the die-hard starting lineup for this afternoon's football game for the Rainbows of Hawaii on offense. Led by quarterback Garrett Gabriel, a senior. In the backfield, Jamal Farmer. Hawaii uses 2 slot backs, Jeff Seidner and Dane MacArthur. The wideouts, Derek Branch and Larry Conn-Smith, who just returned the kick. Sean Ching, an excellent center. The guards, Smith and Sagapolu. The tackles, Ka'ali'i and Robinson.
Sean, one thing early in a ball game, in your opening ball game, conditioning will be a factor, in special teams. As a coach, I always was concerned about special teams. You get a kickoff return to the 40-yard line, great field position. Block kicks, bad snaps, it'll all be a factor. Somewhere around this country today, somebody's going to lose a ball game in the kicking game.
And already a great start for Bob Wagner on special teams as Larry Conn-Smith returned the opening kickoff 35 yards from the 5 to the 40. Gabriel backed away from the center. The referee is Jack Baker.
The clock is inoperable. We'll keep the clock on the field. The clock will be kept on the field.
That's a good way to start the season, Sean. The clock's down.
Working the kinks out at Aloha Stadium. They had some difficulties with the public address system before the game as well. Bob Wagner, one of the rising stars in coaching in his 4th year as head coach here at Hawaii. 23-13-1 since he took over. Gabriel to throw on the first play from scrimmage. Under pressure from Williams. It's complete to Dane MacArthur. Out to the 48-yard line, a gain of 8. And here's the Texas A&M Aggies on defense. John Miller playing for the injured Pat Henry at nose guard. The ends Jones and Black. An excellent linebacker core. Williams and Coriat inexperienced on the inside. Malone and Thomas on the outside. Kevin Smith, 9 interceptions a year ago. Frazier the other corner. Crooms and Horton the safeties. Horton the man to watch for on the A&M defense. Jamal Farmer on 2nd and 2 did not pick up the first down. Gained only 1 to the 49. 3rd down and 1 upcoming for the Hawaii Rainbows.
That was an opening pass that Gabriel threw to MacArthur, who's a possession receiver for them. Then on that play, Jamal Farmer, just a quick hitting dive. What they'll try to do, Sean, is try to spread them out. The Texas A&M defense is out as much as they can.
Texas A&M head coach R.C. Slocum in his 2nd year. He was an assistant at A&M for 16 years before becoming the head man. Farmer right into the line. He did not appear to get the first down. Met head on by Albert Jones, number 95, the senior from Missouri City, Texas. And the Rainbows cannot capitalize on their excellent field position after the long kickoff return by Larry Conn-Smith.
Watch here on defense. The defensive line is slanting down inside, and the outside receiver missed the block on the defensive end. It's a great job by Texas A&M of getting pressure up the field. That's what you have to do in short yardage situations. Make the tackle on that side of the line of scrimmage.
Jason Elam will punt the ball away for Hawaii. A very high kick, a fair catch called for by Shane Garrett. And A&M gets the ball 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line. Now the die-hard starting lineup for Texas A&M on offense. Lance Pavlis leads the attack. Lewis and Wilson, perhaps the best backfield in the country. Oliver, a possession receiver. Patterson with good speed on the outside. Dennis Ransom is an inexperienced tight end. Mike Arthur, the center. Alex and Pappas, the guards. And the tackles, Rockhold, a first-time starter, and Matt McCall. through a big hole, has 9 on his first carry of the season.
It's real today, baby.
David Tadavasu and Akili Calhoun, the defensive tackles. Lino Samana, the defensive end. On the inside, David Maeva and Joaquin Barnett. On the outside, Mark Odom, the WAC Defender of the Year, and Manley Williams. Kenny Harper and Kim McLeod, the corners. Mike Tressler and Tony Pankey, the safeties. The Rainbows very small in the secondary. Robert Wilson. They call him the Bull, and that was a bullish run. Across the 25 and out to the 28, picking up Texas A&M's first down of the season.
Early in the ball game, it looks like Texas A&M with a 2 tight end offense trying to balance the defense of Hawaii up, but also trying to run into the short side of the field away from the strong safety. So both runs right now went into the boundary and the short side of the field. 2 tight ends again.
Just underway, no score in the football game. We played 3 minutes. Lewis out to the 35 for a gain of 7 more. Mike, this is what we expected from Texas A&M. We'll line up and try to ram it down the throats of the Hawaii Rainbows.
Sean, the biggest thing that the defense of Hawaii has to do, if you watch it, outside linebacker number 66, Manley Williams, he has to get off the block of the tight end. The longer he stays on the block, it opens up some seams for the Texas A&M runners into the boundary.
Darren Lewis, second in school history behind only Curtis Dickey in yards rushing. He gets the call again. And he's close to a first down at the 38-yard line.
You look at the Hawaii defense, they're a little smaller than A&M on the offensive line. And right now, what you have in this kind of ball game is a feeling out process, Sean. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. But it's obvious. Texas A&M's going to honk the ball right at Hawaii. Now, Hawaii's got to play the run, but also be aware of play-action pass.
Because Lance Pavlis can throw it. He completed 59% of his tosses last year. Lewis across the 40 and down at the 42.
Big tight ends at Texas A&M. Dennis Ransom blocking on Mark Oldham. The same kind of matchup you have with the tight end. Watch Ransom here reach out, get on Mark Oldham or Manley Williams. He's got to get off the block again. The longer he stays in that block, the more problems they're going to have.
They picked up 3 on first down. Lewis couldn't get away from the tackle. David Tanuvasa, the left tackle number 44, wrapped him up around the legs.
Hawaii's now looking at playing a little 8-man front football. They moved the strong safety inside a little bit there on the defensive side of the ball to try to help themselves against this running attack. A&M is now out of the 2 tight end offense.
Third down, 6 yards to go. Pavlis' first pass incomplete. Intended for Gary Oliver along the far sideline, and Pavlis overthrew him. A couple of first downs picked up by A&M, but now they'll have to kick the ball away.
Just a little too strong on the throw. He had Oliver wide open. As you see him come down, he's running a simple out route. A big cushion by the defensive back. Just overthrew it. Again, both teams a little jittery in the first ball game, feeling each other out. Now Hawaii, I look to open it up a little bit here on their side of the ball on offense.
Jeff Seidner back to receive the punt from Sean Wilson. A low kick. Seidner began at his 21. He lost the football, but whistles are sounding. And they'll mark Seidner down at the 31 after a punt return of 10 yards. Each side has had the ball once. 9:47 to play in the first quarter. No score. Of CFA football, Texas A&M versus Hawaii is brought to you by Dodge. On the road or off, for exciting cars and tough trucks, it's Advantage Dodge. Diamond Head, overlooking Waikiki Beach. We've enjoyed the last 3 or 4 days in Honolulu.
Well, it's really tough to keep your focus as a football team. I've brought a couple teams over here, but have had the same kind of problem as an announcer.
It is a little bit tough to keep your focus on the game with Waikiki Beach just out the back door. Garrett Gabriel. Hands off to Farmer. He lost the football. And the Aggies have recovered at the 32.
Well, that's the one thing you can't have happen if you're Hawaii. They remember the Aloha Bowl where they had 8 turnovers against Michigan State. The ball just came loose on this particular play on Jamal Farmer.
And Albert Jones and Larry Horton both want credit for the fumble recovery. They were trying to pull the ball away from each other.
Simple dive play. They're running the option, but they felt the dive was there. Farmer's got the ball, and it looked like as he tried to reach ahead for the extra yardage, he just dropped the ball. Again, good job by John Miller, the nose guard, and the ball just came loose.
Darren Lewis on first down, 2 yards to the 30.
Here's where, Sean, you're called upon as a defense. The one thing you don't want to get into in this kind of ball game is where a turnover, you allow them to go in and make a touchdown. Hawaii defense has to toughen right now against the run.
Bob Davie in the headset, the defensive coordinator for Texas A&M.
2 tight ends again, Sean.
Pavlis looking to throw. For Cornelius Patterson, incomplete. The ball was on the money, but Patterson was double covered. Kenny Harper, number 6, and David Maeva, number 31, also in the neighborhood.
I recruited Cornelius out of Moss Point unsuccessfully, as you can see, but he does a real nice job running a route here, but a great job by Kenny Harper breaking on the ball and knocking it away from him, putting them in a 3rd down situation. Hawaii must reach back right now and try to stop this Texas A&M offense right now.
New feature to our ESPN coverage this season, the scores from time to time along the bottom of your screen. 3rd down and 8. Pavlis shovels it off to Wilson. First down, A&M. Robert Wilson took the shovel from Pavlis and picked up 12 yards to the 18. Mike Tressler made the tackle for Hawaii.
A run and shoot screen right here to Robert Wilson. You see the pressure. Hawaii gets up the football field. Now the lineman in college football can go downfield right away. Robert Wilson gets on the hip of the offensive lineman and picks up a good first down. That's a rule that is really good in college football. The lineman can go downfield on the screen.
No score, 8:41 to play. First quarter. Darren Lewis, nice moves. Close to another first down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Lewis got off to a slow start last year. He reported to A&M badly out of shape, up around 225 pounds. This year he's at 213 and ready to go from the opening kickoff.
They went to a slot and moved Robert Wilson in motion. Here's a give on an outside tackle play where Darren Lewis, just great cuts inside there, running away from the inside linebackers. Nice job by Darren Lewis. He's an outstanding cutting type tailback.
He's averaging close to 5 yards per carry here in the first half of the first quarter. 2nd down and short. Wilson has the first down inside the 5 to 3. Kim McLeod made the tackle.
And when you're 6'1" and 245 pounds and you get the ball in a belly slant like Robert Wilson, nicknamed the Bull, did right there, and able to cut it back against the nose, you're looking at a pretty exceptional running back at that size that's able to cut back on that type of play.
1st and goal, Texas A&M from the 3 of Hawaii. Lewis didn't make it. David Maeva and Joaquin Barnett, numbers 31 and 53 respectively, made the hit on Darren Lewis at the 1-yard line.
Again, just an off tackle play with Robert Wilson leading it. As Darren Lewis comes into the play, you see the linebacker from the inside make the play. He has to make that play on the inside because they're knifing down on the outside of the defense of Hawaii. So the linebacker, David Maeva, has to make that type play.
2nd and goal from the 1.
3 tight ends in the ball game. A&M.
Very short, the 3rd tight end went in motion. Lewis over the top for the touchdown. extra point. He was 38 for 38 in PATs last year. That's 39 in a row for Talbot. He's now just 7 shy of the school record for consecutive PATs, 46, set by Scott Slater.
Darren Lewis follows the blocker, Robert Wilson. Robert Wilson even dives over. Darren Lewis about 2 yards in his backfield, takes off over the top, and a nice job again. What you try to do there is avoid the penetration, get above.
A&M on the board. They capitalize on the turnover. 7-0 Aggies. With Mike Gottfried back at Aloha Stadium in Honolulu, A&M with a 7-0 lead, 7:42 remaining in the first quarter. The Aggies took advantage of the fumble by Jamal Farmer, and Darren Lewis scored the first Texas A&M touchdown of the season.
Well, you see right here, Robert Wilson leads, and he dives over himself. David Maiva and both linebackers, Joaquin Barnett, they have to get up the field on that particular play, because you get a back Darren Lewis's size jumping over. It's very difficult to stop him once he gets the momentum going.
Just 7 plays for the drive after the fumble. Larry Conn-Smith again finds a big hole. He's again out to the 40. Derek Frazier, number 3, knocked him out of bounds. Several missed tackles during that kickoff return by Texas A&M.
That's the one thing as you look in the kicking game that you can't simulate. One of the problems both these teams will have early in the game is their scout teams could not simulate the speed of a kickoff or a kickoff return, or for that matter the offenses of both teams and the defense. So it'll take a while to get the speed actually geared to what they want.
For the second time in 3 possessions, Garrett Gabriel and the Hawaii offense begins at its own 40. Moves away from Thomas and throws on the run too high. Intended for Larry Conn-Smith. Kevin Smith had the coverage. The pressure came from William Thomas, the senior from Amarillo, Texas.
One thing about a wishbone offense, the fullback needs to block. Here, Jamel Farmer misses Thomas. A&M will bring Thomas up the field to try to disrupt Garrett Gabriel as much as they can. And once you force him out of the pocket, your receivers then have to readjust their routes.
Thomas, the best player on defense, according to Coach Bob Davie, defensive coordinator for Texas A&M. On 2nd and 10, they set up the screen. Farmer has some running room. He runs out of bounds at the 46. Gain of 6 on the play.
Garrett Gabriel set the screen up nice. He set up and then dropped a couple steps back to get the ball. Jamel Farmer just took a little longer to get the ball to Jamel here, but he picked up some good yardage for him. Again, once you see people starting to get up the field on an offensive team like William Thomas, the natural thing is to come back and try to screen him.
18 of those 19 touchdowns, forgive me, Mike, came on the ground for Jamal Farmer last year, and 18 rushing touchdowns, an NCAA record for a freshman. 3rd down for Hawaii, better than 50% on 3rd down last year. Gabriel, the far sideline, much too high. Intended for Derek Branch. Gabriel pressured slightly again. He has not been on target here in the first quarter.
William Thomas again on Garrett Gabriel. The matchup of Jamel Farmer blocking and William Thomas on defense is going to be something that's going to be very pivotal in this game. Watch Jamel Farmer again. He just lunges and loses control, and there's Thomas again with his hands in the face of Garrett Gabriel.
Jason Elam to punt for the 2nd time. Low wobbly kick. Shane Garrett plays it on a big hop. Good moves through traffic. And Garrett all the way out to the 35-yard line. Joe Sardo made the tackle on special teams for Hawaii. The Aggies have the football back with a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. Season opener for Texas A&M and Hawaii. The Aggies have the lead on a 1-yard run by Darren Lewis. We have a report from the sideline that Lewis has gone to the dressing room. As soon as we find out what his problem is, we'll let you know. Keith McAfee, number 5, is the lone back lined up behind Lance Pavlis. He's in for Lewis, and he gets the handoff. Mike Tressler knocked him down to the 39-yard line after a gain of 4.
Again, Texas A&M with 2 tight ends and just trying to spread the Hawaii defense out. McAfee, the lone running back. It looked like Lance Pavlis checked off that particular time against the strong safety. We might watch for that again as we come up with a 2 tight end set.
A&M wanted to play power football and dominate the game on the ground. At this point they have 53 rushing yards to 1 for Hawaii. 2nd and 6. Robert Wilson. Mike, he's going to be more a part of their offensive attack. Offensive coordinator Bob Toledo told us last year they really had just 1 running play in for him. This year he'll be featured more. Well,
I'm impressed with him, Sean. Let me tell you something. Not only is he a big back, but he's got great mobility and cutting ability. Right now what they're doing is moving a fullback in one play, a tailback in one play, trying to run as many running backs at Hawaii as they can early to keep them fresh.
3rd and 3. Just less than 41% on 3rd down conversions last year for A&M. Pavlis throws under pressure. Cornelius Patterson with the...
Pavlis checked off on this particular play to the quick game. It wasn't there. He scrambled out because of his running ability, threw the ball up, and it's just a great job by Cornelius Patterson. It's a basketball play, just going up to reach up and grab it.
They say Patterson sometimes has trouble adjusting the ball in the air. Not that time. Play action pass from Pavlis on 1st and 10. Wide open. The tight end. Derek Ware down to the 10-yard line. Joaquin Barnett the tackle. Ware, who's played some minor league baseball in the Toronto Blue Jays system, with the longest reception of the ball game, a 24-yard game.
What happens to you defensively, Sean, when you start to get hurt by the run continuously, then you're vulnerable to the play action pass. On this particular play, it was a naked off of a good running play. Pavlis came back against the grain and caught the tight end Ware coming across the middle.
A&M on the move again, already leading 7-0. They have 1st and 10 from just outside the 10. McAfee tripped up immediately. The safety man Mike Tressler, number 37, broke through and tripped him up.
Hawaii jumped into an 8-man front. Mike Tressler come off the corner and made a good play. There's no one to block him on that particular play when they come off on an 8-man front. A good play by Mike Tressler. A good defensive call by Rich Ellison, Hawaii defensive coaches.
Tressler's a good player. 2 times he's been selected to the all-WAC team on defense. 2nd and 9. First man through. Wilson untouched into the end zone. Robert Wilson went 10 yards without being touched, and the Aggies have a 13-0 lead.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this guy can cut with a football. Just a quick give to him, and he cuts against the grain off of the block of the center. The center's hand on the nose guard for Hawaii, and a good cut.
Lane Talbot 2 for 2 on extra points this afternoon, and that's 40 consecutive PATs.
And watch Robert Wilson. Here's the give to the left side. He breaks back against the grain. The linebackers overran the play. There was nobody there to make the play on Robert Wilson. I'll tell you right now, Sean, what you have to worry about if you're Rich Ellison. The thing that Bob Toledo, who went to San Francisco State and played for Vic Rowan, said to us yesterday he'd like to have 80 plays and 20 first downs. Well, he's on target to do that. The Hawaii defense, Rich Ellison, wants to get his defensive players off the field. You can't take that pounding that long. So the offense for Hawaii must get a sustained drive this next time with the ball.
Rich Ellison, the defensive coordinator for Hawaii, said they wanted to hold A&M to less than 150 yards rushing, and A&M is on a pace to get far more than that on the ground this afternoon. They already have 67 yards. Still 4:18 left in the first quarter.
The other thing, Sean, is they're playing a lot of backs. They'll be fresh. And they're substituting wisely right now on the A&M sideline.
Danielson standing by to call that one for you. Nebraska ranked number 7 in the preseason polls. Terry Venetoulias with the kickoff. Larry Conn Smith already kickoff returns of 35 and 28 yards. Not as much this time. He made it out to the 22. Another impressive drive for the Aggies of A&M. 6 plays, 64 yards without Darren Lewis in the backfield. Robert Wilson, the fullback, in from 10 yards. 14-0 in favor of A&M.
The pressure now falls on the Hawaii offense. They've got to get a sustained drive going here. And I think they have to do it running the football. Get the option going.
Gabriel changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Again, nowhere to go for Farmer, and Albert Jones made the play.
Once your option is stopped and the dive man looked like Jamel Farmer just took the ball away on the read there. As you see Gabriel coming out here, he's trying to pull the ball out, but Jamel Farmer just reached, grabbed it, and kept it on the option. I still believe that the option's there. If they're stopping Jamel Farmer, then the quarterback of the pitch has to be there.
On 2nd and 9. Gabriel shovels it off. He missed his target, MacArthur. Aggies say they have the football. John Miller came up with it, but the officials are saying it was incomplete. It was a forward pass, and apparently Miller did not catch it in the air.
Again, what you're trying to do in the shovel pass is try to draw the defensive lineman up the field and then shovel it underneath. Pass was there, but John Miller read it, had his hand on the back of Dane MacArthur coming across. Now puts him in a tough third down situation.
Absolutely nothing from the Hawaii offense to this point. They trail 14-0 with 3:28 left in the first quarter. Gabriel short with his pass. The officials looking at each other. Finally, an incomplete pass to call. Gabriel had Jeff Seidner open close to first down yardage, but he short hopped him with the throw.
Again, they just need to settle down with the type of offense that they have. They'll be back in the ballgame. He's open. Jeff Seidner slid away from the defensive players. Garrett Gabriel going to his left. Just didn't have enough to get on it. Threw across his body.
Jason Elam, a record-setting field goal kicker in the past for Hawaii. This is his first year handling the punting chores, and Shane Garrett's back for A&M.
They're coming after this one.
And they nearly got it. They did force a bad kick from Elam straight up in the air. It takes a great Hawaii bounce. And the Rainbows downed it at the 39-yard line of Texas A&M.
Sometimes when you go after a punt like this, it's not always important to block it. Sometimes you can make that punter short leg the kick a little bit, which he did here. He was very fortunate to get the bounce that he had there. Very close to being blocked right here. Jason Elam punting for the first time. An outstanding kicker, maybe the best kicker in America.
R.C. Slocum. This is exactly the way he hoped the game would go. Pavlis on play action, going deep. Intended for Garrett, overthrown. Kenny Harper running stride for stride with the coverage.
Again, when you have things going well, A&M's trying to go up on top and trying to build on this 14-0 lead right here. Right now, R.C. Slocum and his coaching staff are pushing all the right buttons. Hawaii looks like they're tiring a little bit on defense. They need to get 3 plays and off the field in this particular series.
2nd and 10 as we look down to the A&M sideline. Darren Lewis is now coming back onto the field. Our report is that it's an equipment problem, not a physical problem for Lewis. Robert Wilson got the call on 2nd and 10 and didn't get much. Out to the 40 for a gain of 2.
Better job on defense by the Hawaii defensive linemen. Again, they need to come off the blocks of those big A&M offensive linemen as quick as they can to make the plays. It's a big third down, Sean, right here for the Hawaii defense.
A pants change for Darren Lewis, we are told. He should be back in shortly. On 3rd and 8, Pavlis complete, first down. Dennis Ransom, the tight end, his first career reception. He's a senior from Italy, Texas, and Lance Pavlis put the ball right on the money.
Texas A&M runs a curl route over the middle. Watch Dennis Ransom, 6'4", 262. Used to be a defensive lineman. Good hands here. Terry Pankey comes up, almost makes the play as a free safety. Load there's a tight end. A&M's got some great athletes on this field right now.
Ransom's played all over. As Mike mentioned, defensive end last year. Tight end as a sophomore. Backup linebacker as a freshman. Lewis back into the football game. He crossed the 45 and went down at the 44 for a gain of almost 4.
Again, A&M working into the short side of the field away from the strong safety of Hawaii. They've balanced this defense right now, and they're going to work against one less man into the short side.
Now the starting backfield back in there. Wilson lined up in front of Lewis. Movement in the line. Rainbow's pointing at the Aggie offensive linemen, saying they were drawn across the line of scrimmage.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And indeed, they were drawn across. It's an all-WAC conference group of officials working this game this afternoon.
It's unusual. Sometimes you have a split crew. That's going to change next year. They want it all from one conference when you play a ball game.
The 5-yard walk-off makes it 2nd and 11 at the 49. On the reverse, the handoff to Ware. He's down to the 40-yard line, 2 yards short of a first down.
Yeah.
Kim McLeod made the tackle for Hawaii.
Great play call by the A&M coaches. You got the tight end coming around on a reverse against a strong safety blitz. Hawaii blitzed into the inside, expecting an inside run, and then put him in man coverage in the secondary. Again, McLeod comes up and does a nice job making the tackle.
Mike, Texas A&M has that look of a team that feels it can do anything it wants to do on offense right now.
They're in control of this football game.
They lead 14-0, down to 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Big hit. David Maeva went up into the air and made the stop on Robert Wilson short of a first down.
You know, big players, game players make big plays. David Maeva was somebody that they really felt like was a kind of the leader of this football team. He just goes up and meets the running back. Puts him in a 4th down situation. Looks like A&M's going to go for it, Sean, at this point in the ball game.
Well, Hawaii needs something to change the momentum. This could be the play.
Nice job by David Maeva.
Texas A&M will have some time to think about the play call, as that is the end of the first quarter. Lewis and Wilson touchdown run. It's the Aggies 14 and the Rainbows nothing.
Come from the outside. This could be something where they try to break something outside here with Darren Lewis.
Moving in the line, and the flags fly. Looked like the left tackle, Jason Rockhold, was moving.
Have a dead ball. Illegal procedure on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And you saw Rockhold at the top of your screen bobbing a bit in his stance. Flags fly, and that'll change the situation completely as R.C. Slocum sends out the punting team.
Now it changes the strategy. Now you try to punt him into the hole.
Sean Wilson is the punter. He is the son of former Kansas City Chief punter Gerald Wilson, one of the best punters in NFL history. That's a good kick. Wilson trying to pin the Rainbows deep. He's not pleased as the official continues to walk up the sideline.
Wow, I've always wondered how they do that. They just keep walking until I think he gets tired, and then he just tells them that's the spot.
25-yard punt marked at the 19-yard line. From this vantage point, it looked better than that. The storyline through one quarter. It's been all Texas A&M. 157 yards of total offense as compared to just 15 for the Rainbows. Hawaii is yet to pick up a first down. The one turnover on the fumble by Farmer was costly. It led to a touchdown, the first for A&M. And the bulk of the possession time for the Aggies. Nearly 11 minutes with the football in the first quarter.
Hawaii's got to get the ball outside running the option.
MacArthur went in motion. Gabriel going deep down the field, complete. The officials looking at each other. They're going to give Seidner the catch. He lost the football as he hit the ground. The Aggies arguing that it should be an incomplete pass. Derek Branch jawing with one of the defenders, looked like Anthony Williams of A&M. They're going to call it a complete pass at the 49-yard line of Texas A&M. There is a flag, however, back at the line of scrimmage, and Seidner's still down on the field.
Garrett Gabriel got hit real hard as he threw the football. Again, just a sprint out action away, and he threw back to Jeff Seidner on the run and shoot part of this offense.
The officials waving the chains forward. Apparently this call is going against Texas A&M.
We have a personal foul, grabbing the face mask on the defense, 15-yard penalty.
I tell you, it was an excellent hit by Derek Frazier. I believe Jeff Seidner was down when he did drop that football.
Then Anthony Williams and Derek Branch went chin to chin. The penalty was back near the line of scrimmage. Maybe it was Gabriel's face mask that they grabbed. As you said, he took a little bit of a late hit.
I think it was. You know, again, here's Hawaii. They're down 14. Now, this is a big series for them. They've got to get something going. I still believe the option is there, and they must take the ball off the line of scrimmage and get it pitched to that tailback.
32 yards on the completion, 15 yards on the penalty. The first down for Hawaii, and the Rainbows have it 1st and 10 at the 34 of Texas A&M. It's 14-0 Aggies.
Checking off.
Shovel. This is Eddie Kealoha just into the game for Seidner. He broke free from one tackle. He couldn't get away from Jason Black, number 72.
Again, the shovel pass again that you're trying to run here just because of A&M trying to come up the field so hard. Here you see Garrett throw the ball, and the play's actually made here. Just a really nice job by Eddie Kealoha of breaking that tackle.
Kealoha didn't play much last year, carried just 3 times. Sophomore from right here at Honolulu. 2nd down 6 from the 30 of A&M. Farmer. That play hasn't gone anywhere to this point today. Jason Black again at the bottom of the pile. Trent Lewis, number 53, just into the football game, also was in on the stop.
Garrett Gabriel comes into the short side of the field away from the strong safety. There's Jeff Seidner right here with what he did with 178 yards rushing last year as the trail man on the option, which they have not run yet.
3rd down, a long 5, nearly 6 for the 1st down for Hawaii. Dumped off to Farmer. Sheds 1 tackle, ran into his own man, and the play goes dead at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, that A&M team can run. It's the thing about them. They throw the little flare screen out here, and Thomas and everybody, just the ability to run the football. Now here comes a weapon, Sean. Jason Elam.
Elam 20 of 22 in field goals last year. This one a try of 47 yards. Walt Santiago, the holder. It's good.
Write that one down.
Jason Elam, better than 87% of his field goals have been good over his career. The Rainbows are on the board. It's 14-3 A&M. Texas A&M.
As it goes along, you're going to find that it's an outstanding coaches league and an outstanding league.
Sal Velasco will kick off. Elam's been bothered by a bit of a groin pull. To Seidner with a 15-yard penalty tacked on. And Jason Elam, 20 of 22 last year in field goals, 1 for 1 this season with the 47-yarder. Again, 2 tight ends in for A&M. Play action pass from Pavlis. Throws, nearly intercepted. Right through the hands of the safety, Mike Tressler. Derek Ware, the intended receiver.
Well, Mike Tressler was sitting in perfect position right there. The ball's a little high, but I know he's frustrated right now. He feels like he should. And that kind of turnover, something can turn the game around right now. Pavlis, as you see, comes out. Good play fake on the tailback counter, which holds the linebackers and holds the strong safety. Good pressure by Hawaii. Nua Kalalia up in the face of Lance Pavlis.
And good for you, Coach.
It's tough to throw and it's tough to announce against him.
On 2nd and 10 from the 18. Lewis bounces off a couple of tacklers, but he couldn't get away from Mark Odom. The senior from Long Beach, California, the WAC Defender of the Year last year, made his first big play of the football game.
Nice job by Hawaii defense. They stayed parallel to the line of scrimmage. They owned the line of scrimmage on this particular play. Right here, Darren Lewis. There's not much room right there. He forces them outside. Everybody stays very good square shoulder defense right there, putting them in a 3rd down situation.
It's actually Manley Williams, 66, not Odom, 56, who made the play. Pavlis under pressure and sack. Gavin Robertson, back up strong side linebacker, senior from Seattle, got him from behind, and the momentum seems to be turning here in favor of the Rainbows.
Gavin Robertson, who some people on the defensive staff of Hawaii feels like one of their better linebackers. A great pass rush. See him come off the corner right here. No one blocks him. Comes free. Makes the play on Lance Pavlis. He brings this crowd into the ball game now, Sean. The crowd becomes a factor.
Robertson, a bit of an inconsistent performer. Defensive coordinator Rich Ellerson says it depends on where the moon is lined up as to how he'll play. Jeff Seidner back in the game. Cuts it upfield. Great field position for Hawaii. They'll set up 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line of Texas A&M. 37-yard punt, 11-yard return for Seidner. Rainbow Warriors go on the attack. 1st and 10 Hawaii at the 43 of Texas A&M. Jamal Farmer bounced off a couple of tacklers and picked up decent yardage on 1st down. Perhaps a gain of 5 to the 38.
Give them a different formation here. They put 3 receivers out here the wide side of the field, brought somebody in motion from the back side, opened up Farmer a little bit more inside. Said the crowd's into this game a little bit more, Sean. The tailgaters woke up. You know, usually have hot dogs and hamburgers. They had pancakes out there this morning because of the time that we're here.
And these 2 teams had to make the adjustment in their pregame meals. They each generally eat 4 hours before game time, but because of the early 10 a.m. start here in Honolulu, they each ate 3.5 hours before the game. Farmer again straight ahead, short of a 1st down. Tackled at the 37-yard line, a gain of only 1. Jason Black, the senior from Decatur, Georgia, who was a part-time starter last year, made the stop.
This Texas A&M defense is outstanding. Bob Davie, the defensive coordinator, played at Youngstown State University under Ray Dempsey. He's an outstanding coach. He's a bright young guy that's got a great future in this game. He's done a great job with this defense.
Garrett Gabriel, 5 for 9 throwing the football. This seems to be a passing down. Reverse. Big loss. Larry Kahn Smith thrown down by Otis Neely, backup outside linebacker, back in Hawaii territory at the 48-yard line, a loss of 15 on the play.
A&M really comes up with a great defensive play here. They were pressured from the outside. They were in an 8-man front defensive look. Neely comes from the outside. The tough thing about this particular play, it takes them out of field goal range. Hawaii, with a weapon, Jason Elam, now is back punting instead of kicking a field goal.
Otis Neely, sophomore, played sporadically last year. The punt is blocked. Elam's punt blocked out of bounds. Chris Kroons, number 6, broke through and blocked it. The junior from Baytown, Texas. And A&M is going to wind up with the football at the 16-yard line of Hawaii.
Well, you worry about the kicking game. As I said at the beginning, they pressured the last punt and were very close to blocking the last one. They came again after Jason Elam. They had so many yards to get a 1st down. Crooms came through, blocked a kick. That was not Jason Elam's fault. It was just a little slow in the snap.
With the score, Texas A&M 14 and Hawaii 3. We'll return to Aloha Stadium after this on ESPN.
Where's Otis at? Bill Harris, Lisa Burke.
Today during the NFL football season with Chris Berman and company here on ESPN. Texas A&M after the block punt, 1st and 10 from the 16. Lewis the call on first down. He got 3 to the 13.
An isolation play up inside. Darren Lewis following his big fullback Robert Wilson. You know, the changing of the game. You're down on the 35-yard line, and A&M makes a great play and forces you out of field goal position in a block kick. Again, the defense has been on the field a long time for Hawaii. They need to reach back one more time.
You talked at the beginning about the importance of special teams. We've seen that already in this game. Robert Wilson cutting through the traffic inside the 10, down at the 8, about 2 yards short of the first down.
Now, Sean, again, I haven't seen a fullback with his size and his mobility that's able to cut like he does on a dime. This kid is really something special as a running back. Robert Bull Wilson. And that Bull, he's earned that name.
They say when they time him in the 40, he's only at 4.8, 4.85, but when he gets the football in the open field, he tends to run away from people. Big play here, 3rd and 2. Lewis, first down. Needed the 6, he got the 5. First and goal for Texas A&M as they look to build on a 14-3 lead.
Watch Robert Bull Wilson here block. He not only can run the football, but he leads the isolation. Knocked the linebacker David Maiva back 5 yards. Excellent block. Three tight ends in, Sean.
Greg Short, the true freshman, number 86, the 3rd tight end. He goes in motion. Lewis out of the eye, nowhere. Mark Odom made the tackle.
Nice job by both outside linebackers of coming down inside the offensive tackles and trying to get penetration to make that play happen. Hawaii's given up so much on size, they're going to have to start moving around a little bit on defense and try to take away some of that brute strength of Texas A&M in the offensive line.
No gain on the play, 2nd and goal from the 5. Pavlis play action. Throws in the end zone, caught. Touchdown, Derek Ware. Nice catch, the ball thrown behind him. Flags fly on the celebration. The flags went flying well after the touchdown reception by Derek Ware, who adjusted very nicely to that pass a little bit behind him. Jack Baker will sort it out for us.
We have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, spiking the ball, 15-yard penalty to be administered on the kickoff.
Great fake by Lance Pavlis. Darren Lewis does a nice job of faking going over the top. Pavlis forces the run to make them covered and then throws the ball to Derek Ware, who made a baseball-like catch.
The extra point good from Lane Talbot. He's 3 for 3 in PATs. And with 7:10 left in the 2nd quarter, Texas A&M has opened up a 21-3 lead.
And you watch Derek Ware block and then shoot out to the corner. Lance Pavlis does a nice job of drawing up the defense, throwing the ball to Derek Ware. Again, it was a good play. It made a great play by the fake of Darren Lewis going over the top. The only problem with Derek Ware now is he has to go back coach because he spiked the football.
Derek Ware, as we mentioned, formerly a minor league baseball player in the Toronto Blue Jays organization. The Blue Jays still pursuing the ball. Well, if you're Hawaii, Mike, what are you saying along that far sideline?
Well, you can't panic. You're just down 18 points. Still have to establish the run. They've got to get some consistency especially in the offense. Again, if I was Bob Wagner right now, Bob's an excellent football coach. He has to be worried about his defense being on the field too long. They've been on the field the whole first half, and it's because his offense has not been able to maintain ball control offense.
Larry Conn Smith, Jeff Seidner at their own 15. Venetuli is kicking off from the 20 as a result of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Derek Ware for spiking the football. And it's a short kick. Seidner has to play it on a bounce. And he is leveled. Big hit by Kerry Vincent on special teams as he drilled Seidner at the 31. 21-3 A&M here. Let's check in with Tim Brando. And in this battle of the WAC and the Southwest Conference, a lot of scoring, most of it on the side of the Aggies. 21-3 they lead. Gabriel incomplete. Seidner the intended receiver. Chris Crooms was right there on the coverage. Really no chance for Garrett Gabriel to complete that one.
No, it's a run and shoot route. When the motion goes laterally like that, they're setting up a 3-receiver route on the right side of the field. There was nothing there for Garrett Gabriel. Just has to settle down, be patient. There's a lot of time left in this ball game. You got an offense that's capable of scoring a lot of points.
2nd and 10. Rainbows from their own 31. Gabriel fell down, backing away from the center. Down at the 27. Texas A&M defensive coaches told us they felt, looking at Garrett Gabriel on tape, if things didn't go well early, he sometimes would get rattled and lose his composure. Well, not a composure problem there, just a footwork problem.
Sean Ching backed up a little too soon and stepped on the foot of the quarterback, Garrett Gabriel, and he went down. That's not his fault. Again, he's a senior quarterback. He'll stay in there. He'll hang in there. He's been through tough times before as a quarterback, and he'll get things going here.
Trying to get something going on 3rd down and 13. Under pressure from Jones. Throwing deep, has a man open. Dane MacArthur breaks the tackle. Dane MacArthur's going in for the touchdown. Well, Coach, you said he'd make something happen. He made you look good very quickly.
The amazing thing, you can change those boos to cheers very quickly, and he did that. But nice job by Garrett Gabriel. The pressure was on, and he was able to maintain his poise and deliver that ball for a big touchdown, which Hawaii needed.
71 yards on the pass to MacArthur. Jason Elam's kick is good. And flags again fly as a couple of players were mingling, exchanging blows around the line of scrimmage. Dane MacArthur, a 71-yard touchdown pass from Garrett Gabriel. Kevin Smith had a chance to tackle him, but MacArthur broke free.
Motion, Albert Jones gets upfield, missed the tackle, and a nice job by Garrett Gabriel. Not only is he avoiding the rush, but he's got his head on a swivel to try to find Dane MacArthur. Kevin Smith just overran the play. And again, a big play. Garrett Gabriel, good reaction, big reaction right here. He knows he's back in this ball game.
And I don't think R.C. Slocum is too pleased with this all-WAC officiating crew, as the penalty on the extra point is again going to go against Texas A&M.
Well, you always worry about that, but you know, I came over here, brought a Kansas team, and came with Coach Tony Mason when Arizona came over here, and we had WAC officials, and probably the best game I ever had officiated was a WAC crew who did my BYU game when we were playing over Provo, Utah, or Pittsburgh a couple years ago. So again, RC will just settle his troops down now a little bit and get him to keep playing. Penalties kill you.
How much of that is in a coach's mind, though? You're going to Hawaii, a WAC stadium. It's an all-WAC officiating team. Is that something, as a coach, you're anxious about, or is that something you really don't think much about?
Well, I always worried about it. Now, if the game was not on TV and people weren't going to hear about it for 2 days, I would worry about what was going to happen on the field. But here on television, I felt like that I'd get a good shake. You just got to trust the officials.
That's what I looked like on the beach yesterday, Coach.
He's new here. It's his first game.
That's right. They're unveiling the new mascot, the Rainbow Warrior. For Texas A&M, Revelry, their mascot, because of Hawaii's quarantine law for animals, could not make the trip. First time in a quarter century that the Aggies have played a football game without their mascot. This is the longest trip A&M has ever made to play a football game. 3,917 yards from College Station, or 17 miles rather. That'd be a short trip if it was 3,917 yards. 3,917 miles.
Yards would have put them in the ocean.
That's right.
I know that thing has been a tough ride for Revelry, 8 hours.
Because of the walk-off on the penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct on the extra point, Sal Velasco will kick off from midfield. Cornelius Patterson finds a seam. Just barely dragged down from behind. Tom Heffernan made the tackle as he grasped the hold of the shirt. You'd think they'd be able to kick that ball through the end zone, but it looked like they wanted the pooch kick, trap them deep in their own territory. It didn't pay off.
Well, I think what they're asking Velasquez to do is pop it over there so that the running lanes can get to Cornelius Patterson. He had so much speed, he was able to get across the field where there are a few defenders and get up the football field.
34 yards on the kickoff return. First and 10 A&M of its own 44. Lewis took a big hit. Mark Odom hit him originally. He was finished off by Terry Whitaker, but Lewis knew he was hit when he collided with Odom at the line of scrimmage.
Mark Odom, good, solid defensive player.
Dane MacArthur, he's a Canadian. I have the feeling he's enjoying the fun and sun of Honolulu. Certainly enjoyed being on the receiving end of that touchdown pass from Gabriel. Lance Pavlis looking at second and a long 8. Wilson hit behind the line of scrimmage. Mike Tressler, the safety, came up and put the first hit on Lewis.
That's a call you'd like to have back if you're A&M. It's a pitch, it's a toss, sweep, right into a strong safety blitz. See Darren Lewis in motion, and he blocks. They have a blocker in the face of Tressler, but Tressler just plays off Darren Lewis and makes the play on Robert Wilson.
Now this near-capacity crowd trying to spur on the Hawaii defense. They'd like to get the football back with 4.5 minutes to play. Pavlis throws incomplete. Intended for Gary Oliver. Kim McLeod had the coverage. Oliver playing with a pulled quadricep muscle, but he's not running at full speed.
Good pressure by Mark Oldham on Lance Pavlis. I think what Lance was trying to do was go to Dennis Ransom on the tight end on the hook pattern over the middle, but didn't have enough time. And Mark Oldham is the pressure. He's the sack guy on this defense for the Hawaii defense.
Sean Wilson, a high snap. And a short kick. Seidner racing up. Still on his feet. Jeff Seidner up the sideline. What a run back by Jeff Seidner. All the way out to the 48 of Hawaii. Penalty flag thrown where he was tackled.
Looks like piling on late.
Coach, you hit the nail right on the head when you talked about the importance of special teams. It's been special teams that have dictated the play to this point in this game.
Sean, when the talent's even early in the season, special teams, the other factor in this ball game will be conditioning in the fourth quarter. Seidner, great blocks are set up down the wall. He runs into his own player. 26 has him for Texas A&M, but just a great spin move to get out. And then after he's down, you'll see a late A&M guy come in there.
Oh boy, is that late. Marcus Buckley, number 9. Watch how late he is. Hello.
He's on A&M time right now, just a little late.
Couple of time zones behind. The walk-off moves the football to the 37-yard line of Texas A&M. The Aggies lead 21-10. Plenty of time left in the first half. 4:25. Gabriel thrown for a loss. Anthony Williams hit him first, and then William Thomas finished him off.
Nice job by Bob Davie again. A great defensive call here to try to put pressure on. Momentum's changing a little bit, and he blitzed both linebackers. It's a play action fake, a fake to Jamal Farmer, but both linebackers, William Thomas and Anthony Williams, come scot-free on the backside. They weren't picked up by the offensive line of Hawaii. Force them in the long yardage situation.
William Thomas, consensus first team All Southwest Conference last year. Gabriel with lots of time. MacArthur couldn't make the catch. Looked like he was concerned with Tyrone Malone running at him to make the tackle, and the ball went right through the hands of Dane MacArthur.
It's a tough throw right here for the quarterback, Garrett Gabriel, because you're throwing all the way across the field. Dane MacArthur, you see, just come out and run a stop route. It's there, but he was trying to make sure his feet were in bounds and just didn't concentrate enough.
If you're going to get hit that hard, you might as well catch the football.
You should bring it in. Here's where Garrett Gabriel has to rise to the occasion now. Third and long yardage.
They're not quite in field goal range for Jason Elam. From here, it would be about a 60-yard attempt. Gabriel has a man open and missed him. Derek Branch was wide open with first down yardage at the 25, and Gabriel bounced it into him.
He'd like to have that pass back. What they did on that particular play is blocked everybody. Max protection. If you watch Hawaii, everybody's blocking. One receiver out on a post pattern. And he comes wide open, just is not able to make the play. Derek Branch.
Gabriel knew he threw a lousy pass. Branch was wide open. Elam had his last kick blocked. Shane Garrett calling for the fair catch. And he makes it at the 16. 3:23 left in the first half. It's 21-10 in favor of Texas A&M. As soon as the first half is complete, we'll send you back to our studio for the Rayovac halftime report with Tim Brando, scores and highlights from around college football. 3 plays and punt on the last possession for Texas A&M. Lewis ran up the field 5 yards before he was touched. He picked up 6 on the play. Joaquin Barnett at the bottom of the pile for the Rainbows of Hawaii.
Texas A&M's able, because their big line, just to get in the face of the defenders of Hawaii. There, Darren Lewis did a nice job of, there wasn't anything on play side, so he brought it all the way back to the strong side where the tight end was lined up.
On 2nd and 4, Wilson has the first down. That's why they call him Bull. He's all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Boy, the whole pile moves here up the field. Hawaii did a nice job. Again, you can't stay on blocks that long when you have a back like Wilson. As you can see, the offensive linemen, they're all in the face of the Hawaii defense. And look at the pile. He's got such great leg drive.
Texas A&M quickly in and out of the huddle with time running down. Flag down, and another flag down. The first penalty flag was thrown back by the line of scrimmage. That one will be pass interference on Terry Whitaker as he took down Shane Garrett. Let's see what the flag is back at the 40-yard line.
Lance Pavlis had the post pattern wide open. Just the collision saved a touchdown. A&M really came out of that the huddle
Illegal
quickly.
motion on the offense. Pass interference on the defense. Penalties offset. Replay the down. First down.
Well, if you're Hawaii right here, you really feel it. Look at Hawaii. He's not ready here. Lance Pavlis just came up quickly and caught him. And then fakes the tailback counter, and he's got the post pattern wide open. Shane Garrett. Tony Whitaker
that was
ran
pass interference.
Taylor, all for naught. Play it over.
Pavlis wide open, the tight end Ware. And Barnett dragged him down short of a first down. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2 coming up for Lance Pavlis and the A&M offense.
A&M on this play run their backs through first to clear out for the tight end. Derek Ware, again, a baseball player with good hands.
3 timeouts left for A&M. Lewis, they just couldn't bring him down. He kept bouncing off tacklers. He moved into Hawaii territory at the 46.
You know what happens a lot of times, Sean, when you get late in a ball game like this in a half, they're tired, they're arm tackling. You can't arm tackle Darren Lewis or Robert Wilson.
70 yards now rushing for Lewis. He gets the call again. Breaks the tackle of Tressler, has a seam, breaks another tackle of Tanuvasa. Inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Hawaii is slow lining up right now, and A&M's taking advantage of that. Mike Tressler did a nice job here, the strong safety, but just couldn't wrap up Darren Lewis. See them, they're having trouble lining up, and they're outflanked on this particular play. But a great job by Tressler. He's just so strong. His legs are so strong. Another missed tackle. Again, when you're on the field that long, that's the first thing you'll notice. They start to miss tackles and start to get play a little bit lackadaisical because they're tired.
Lewis is tired. He rolls over in pain on the far sideline. 18th career 100-yard game for Darren Lewis. He's had 3 games of more than 200 yards.
It's tough in an opening game, Sean, because as you scrimmage in your preseason camp, not the ability to have an exhibition game like the pros do. You really don't know where you stand as far as you don't want to get a lot of guys hurt, and all of a sudden you try to minimize your practice sessions a little bit, so you really don't have the number of plays down you would play in an ordinary game or a half.
1st and 10. A&M from the 16 of Hawaii. McAfee in for Lewis. He's ahead for 3 yards, down to 1:30 left.
It's hot on the field. Again, the isolation right there with Keith McAfee following the bull.
It was 84 degrees at game time. 2nd and 7. Doug Carter with his first carry of the season. Backup fullback, junior from Dallas, Texas. He's a fullback, but he's the fastest back at Texas A&M at 4.5 in the 40. Saw Rich Ellerson, the defensive coordinator, in the background behind Bob Wagner. They want a timeout. 56 seconds left in the first half. We'll be right back. 1st and goal from just outside the 2. Lewis trying to get outside, didn't get there. He did get out of bounds to stop the clock with 42 seconds left in the half.
I'll tell you who saved that touchdown was Mark Odom. He just fought off the block of the tight end and kept leverage and was able to make the play on Darren Lewis, force him out of bounds into the short side. 161 rushing yards for A&M. Hawaii -16. That tells the story right now.
Hawaii wanted to hold A&M under 150 yards rushing for the game. Lewis tried to go over the top. They're going to spot him short of the goal line. The clock continues to run. 33 seconds in running. And now Pavlis asks for a timeout.
Sean, if I'm R.C. Slocum, I might come right back with it, because that's they're getting so much surge on that particular play that I believe Darren Lewis was close to getting in there. Three tight end offense. Darren Lewis following Robert Wilson. Again, a good tackle right here by Joaquin Barnett to keep him from scoring. But again, I'd come right back with it if I was RC. Nice job. Joaquin has to, when you get somebody who's going to hurdle like that, you've almost got to throw your body in the same direction, try to meet him right in midair. I believe A&M has one timeout left, so they've got plenty of time.
They do have one timeout left. You saw Rich Ellerson signaling timeout to his troops, but the first timeout was charged to the Aggies. Bob Wagner, 43 years old, has been at the University of Hawaii since 1977. He has enjoyed life on the island.
Beautiful place to coach. As a player here, you do get an extra benefit. Waikiki Beach. Crowd trying to get that defense going.
3rd and goal from just outside the goal line. A&M 21. Hawaii 10. Wilson, touchdown. They went to the bull, and he knocked it home from a yard out.
RC decided not to take the ball deep off the line of scrimmage, but just a quick handoff to Robert Wilson.
Talbot, rather Lane Talbot, pardon me, the extra point right down the middle. 28-10 in favor of Texas A&M.
See here, Robert Wilson. Look at that. Good pinch by the Hawaii defense, and a great play again by Greg Swarp, the tight end of Texas A&M. But Robert Wilson did a nice job of stepping outside and avoiding the tackle on the slant play by the defense of Hawaii.
Second touchdown today for Wilson. The first came from 10 yards out. That's a big score.
Especially just before half. Takes a little bit out of your ball club. But again, Bob Wagner and his staff is very good coaches. Will go in at halftime and pick them back up. His biggest problem is going to be stopping that guy right there, number 20. He's as good a fullback as I've seen in college football in the probably the last 10 years. He does so many things well.
Honolulu to Nebraska for our second college football. Larry Conn Smith out to the 31-yard line. Decent field position should Hawaii want to try something with 21 seconds left in the half.
When you have a weapon like Elam, 21 seconds and you have your 3 timeouts left, there's still enough time to get up the field to try to get a field goal. And being behind, the one thing you wouldn't want to do is, of course, big turnover come back at you. But I think I'd try to get Elam in field goal range in 21 seconds.
Bob Wagner has all 3 of his timeouts remaining. Gabriel under pressure. And Thomas takes him down back at the 22-yard line.
Richard Stevenson, new fullback for Hawaii, just can't block Liam Thomas.
And after the big loss, Bob Wagner won't bother using one of his timeouts. A wide open first half. Texas A&M with a 28-10 lead as the Aggies and Rainbows run off the field. And R.C. Slocum did what he set out to do, and that is ram the football down the throats of the Rainbows.
Well, the game plan's exactly like he and Bob Toledo and the offensive staff wanted to do. They wanted to come in and run the ball, establish Robert Wilson, Darren Lewis, and they have accomplished that.
The Aggies taking advantage of their size advantage. They lead by 18 at the half. Tim Brando in the Rayovac halftime report right after this. Shane Garrett back deep. This is Garrett beginning at the 12. Solid hit. He ran into Jerry Winfrey, number 90, as he crossed the 25-yard line. Winfrey, a senior from Thompson, Georgia.
Made a good head-up tackle right there.
If you're Hawaii, you have to be worried about fatigue on your defense. You mentioned the 48 plays run by A&M in the first half.
if I'm Hawaii and Rich Ellison, I think I've got to get into a few more 8-man front plans here to try to slow A&M's running game down.
Whistles before the snap. And A&M is going to be penalized again for movement along the line.
It's probably the only mistake they've made today, Sean. They've had 7 penalties now for 75 yards. Hawaii has not been penalized, so that's the only mistakes they've made.
Texas A&M in the first half had to punt at its first possession, then the 2 touchdowns by Lewis and Wilson. A couple of punts, the touchdown pass to Ware, a punt, and then the 1-yard touchdown run by Wilson. First and 15. Wilson ducks ahead for maybe 2. David Tanuvasa, number 44, the first man who made contact. Mark Odom also at the bottom of the pile for the Rainbows.
Wise needs to get off blocks, and they did a pretty good job right there off the start. Robert Wilson looking for a place to go, had nowhere to find running room on that particular play.
Lance Pavlis to throw on 2nd and 13. Has a man open. Gary Oliver with the catch. He's brought down immediately by Kim McLeod. Short of a first down at the 34. A&M will need 3 on 3rd down to pick up the first.
Nice route by Oliver against Kim McLeod. Can give him a little bit too much of a cushion there.
Oliver, the prototype possession receiver, not blessed with great speed, but when it's thrown to him and he has a chance to catch it, he usually does. 3rd and 3. Pavlis hit from behind. Mark Odom, number 2 all-time in sacks at the University of Hawaii, behind only Al Noga, got Pavlis from the blind side, and Texas A&M will have to punt.
Big plays. Mark Odom's a big play type defensive player for Hawaii. Comes from the side, short side right here. No one blocks him. Comes hard on Pavlis. It's a quick 3-step drop, so Lance figures he's going to get that ball away before Odoms gets there, but the coverage was good.
Big rush by the Rainbows. They sent 10 men. Sean Wilson got it away. Jeff Seidner looking for help as he runs left. Bounces off a tackle.
You gotta like that run.
It's been a game of some tremendous kickoff and punt returns. 38-yard punt, 17-yard return for Jeff Seidner, and Hawaii gets its first possession of the second half at the 50-yard line for Bob Wagner. He did not watch his offense move the ball very effectively at all in the first half. Just the one drive for a touchdown. That came on one big play. The 71-yard touchdown pass. Hawaii wasted no time in the huddle. They try to establish Farmer on the first play of the half, but Albert Jones, as has been the case all day long, was right there to make the tackle.
Well, Garrett Gabriel's reading the option, and he feels like that there's something there for Jamal Farmer, but they're closing fast, the defensive lineman. I think eventually as we go along, you'll see him pull that out and run the option. As of this point right now, Hawaii has not run an option. That's to A&M's credit, the way their defense is.
2nd and 10 from midfield. Gabriel keeps it this time. William Thomas wraps him up after a gain of 5. Larry Horton also came crashing into the pile.
It's the first option, Sean, that they've been able to run, and they pick up a few yards. Eventually they get the ball to Pitt. The thing that Bob Davie, the coordinator of Texas A&M defense coordinator, has to be pleased with, the fact that Hawaii gets the ball on the 49-yard line or 50-yard line or 40-yard line, his defense has not allowed them to get up the football and field and maintain that great field position.
It's early in the second half, but Hawaii has to start to put things together on offense. This is not a good sign. Gabriel trying to change the play, then finally he burns a timeout. 3rd and 5 upcoming for Hawaii on the Rainbows' first series of the second half. 11:47 left in the third quarter. It's Texas A&M 28 and Hawaii 10. Just a few miles from Waikiki Beach, Aloha Stadium, home of the Hawaii Rainbows. 3rd and 5 upcoming. Hawaii has picked up just 1 third down.
Well, they've 1 out of 7 in third down conversions. You can't control the ball and you can't win many games like that. This is their first third down situation in the second half. They need to convert this to keep this drive going.
Branch was open at the 27-yard line, but Gabriel missed his mark, and again Gabriel was under pressure from William Thomas and dumped after he threw the football.
Good pressure from Tyrone Malone also. Again, what Hawaii did here is base great protection here, max protection, and tried to throw the ball to Derek Branch coming across the middle. There's Thomas again. Not only does he rush the quarterback, but he's back there and putting pressure on the receivers. He's an outstanding player.
Jason Elam to punt. Line drive laser that goes through the end zone, a 45-yard kick, but that's not what Elam was trying to do. The Aggies will get the ball for the second time in the second half at their own 20. 33 left in the third quarter, 28-10 in favor of Texas A&M. Boston Red Sox. Darren Lewis. Game 1.
I'm going to tell you something right there. An outstanding play by Mark Oldham. I'm going to tell you something. He took on the tight end right there and just stayed with him and probably did it as well as you could coach this particular play. Watch the right side of the screen right here. The tight end's on him right there. And look at the great job he does. Excellent job and good help from the linebackers inside.
That was 54. Mika Li'i'i. Lewis up the middle. 3 more out to the 24. David Tanuvasa, number 44, made the tackle for Bob Wagner's defense.
Hawaii's defense is playing pretty well here in the second half so far. Now we're at a third down situation here that the A&M was 6 of 10 in the first half.
Wilson moves right up behind the offensive line as Pavlis looks to throw. Now he's trying to run. Hit as he threw, still completed it. Pavlis took a wicked lick as he got rid of the football. Darren Lewis the catch for the first down out to the 38-yard line.
Lance Pavlis goes back, sets up, and he's looking outside. And when he starts to run with the ball, he sees Darren Lewis, a safety valve, right over the middle. The linebackers had created an opening when they went after the tight ends. Again, good max protection, Darren Lewis, and he takes a real hit here, right here from David Tanavusi.
And Gavin Robertson, number 5, finished him off. Pavlis going for it all. Double coverage on Oliver, and it's incomplete. Tony Pankey and Kim McLeod had the double coverage on Gary Oliver, and he did well just to force the incompletion.
Lance trying to get a quick one here on the post off of the play action fake. Again, when you establish the run, the play action's there. Excellent coverage by Tony Pankey.
You get the feeling if Lance Pavlis does not get off to a quick start this season, there'll be a quarterback controversy at College Station. Bucky Richardson, an option quarterback who sat out all of last year with a knee injury, is back in uniform. He's very popular in Texas A&M country. Second and 10. Keith McAfee. Driven back by Mika Li'i'i. Number 54, the sophomore, who's in for David Maeva at the moment.
Hawaii went to an 8-man front, which brought Mike Tressler, the strong safety, inside. They've got 1 extra man on that running formation. Again, they popped the ball, and just a good tackle right there. Good heads-up tackle, forced him in a third down situation.
Li'i'i in for David Maeva, and now he claps as Texas A&M has to use a timeout.
Sean, you were talking about the two quarterback situation. As a coach, I would much rather have two quarterbacks than one. The controversy becomes when somebody writes or talks about it, but you like to have a guy like Bucky Richardson on this bench to be able to come off and play for you at any time.
Pavlis to the sidelines to talk things over with 3rd and 8 upcoming for Texas A&M. Capacity crowd trying to spur on the Hawaii Rainbows. This Hawaii football program has come a long way in a short period of time. It wasn't until 1966 that they played an all-college schedule. They used to fill their schedule with some club teams, as in 1958 when they had the Hawaii Marines. Went to an all-college schedule in 1966, but it wasn't always the toughest schedule. Now they're a Division 1A program, and as the football has improved and the caliber of opponent has improved, the attendance has really jumped.
Bob Wagner's done an excellent job. Dick Tomey was the coach who started it, and now he's at Arizona.
The Rainbows very tough at home over the last 13 years. Pavlis under heavy pressure, dumped way back inside the 25 by the blitzing linebacker Gavin Robertson.
Big play by the Hawaii defense. Gavin Robertson, the defensive coaches were talking about him the other day, Sean. What a great pass rusher he is. Here comes the pressure. The linebacker on the inside coming, and also Gavin Robertson beats the block of Matt McCall on the outside. Just a little bit too quick for Matt McCall.
17-yard loss on the play. Sean Wilson standing at his own 10 to punt. Bobbled the snap. It was partially deflected. Good roll for A&M. Seidner lets it bounce, and the Aggies down it at the 34. Looked like the ball struck something as it left the foot of Sean Wilson.
Good pressure by the Hawaii punt blocking team. If you watch right here, with an all-out rush here, 10-man rush. Right there is where the ball is going to be blocked. Great block by the up back to keep that from being blocked. And a wise choice to leave the ball alone down here and return it by Jeff Seidner.
Still 28-10 in favor of Texas A&M. Rainbows with the football with 8:27 left in the third quarter. Gabriel running out of time. Has lots of running room. Gabriel up the sideline for a first down. Hit out of bounds and the flags fly. Quentin Coriat gave him a shot, as did Anthony Williams. And that'll cost the Aggies 15 more.
Garrett Gabriel scrambles here, running for the first down. You always like to have your quarterback get out of bounds. Quentin Coriat, who hasn't played for 2 years. A little bit late on the contact.
Hawaii is yet to be penalized. Penalties starting to pile up against Texas A&M. That's another 15-yarder. Football moved to the 38 of Texas A&M.
Hawaii with an unbalanced formation right now.
With as bad as the Hawaii offense has been, they've needed the help from the penalties. Option. The pitch to Seidner. Good cut inside. Just was dragged down by the shirt tackle of Chris Crooms.
First time they've been able to get the ball to the pitchback, and he's just a little bit of block away there from breaking it, Jeff Seidner. Again, the fullback, Farmer's taken away, the quarterback's taken away. There's the pitch with the good lead block. Chris Crooms with a good job. The pressure on an option team defensively is on the strong safety and the free safety because they have to fill the running lanes.
Gabriel had to keep it as MacArthur was cut off. Gabriel fumbled the football. A flag down in the pile. Looked like the Rainbows got the football back. And the Rainbows are clapping with the flag down on the field.
Garrett Gabriel fakes the ball to the fullback right here. Look at the job by Thomas. He takes away the pitch man. Garrett Gabriel then turns up the football field, but it's tackled from the backside by Jason Black. Just a little too slow being able to get the option going. But they pick up the penalty, which keeps the drive alive. Now, if you're A&M coaches, the one thing you're concerned about, maybe your team gets a little bit unnerved by the penalties. So it's Bob Davies' job right now. He'll settle them down a little bit. They've had success. The wrecking crew. They're an outstanding defensive football team.
Penalties starting to bother R.C. Slocum. Hawaii's best offense has really come as a result of the A&M penalties. There's a problem with the clock.
RC's done a great job, Sean, since taking over for Jackie Sherrill. When you look back at the A&M program, they've had some outstanding coaches. Dana Bible, Bear Bryant coached there, Jim Myers, Gene Stallings, and one of the best was Emery Ballard, who put the wishbone in. Emery's just an outstanding coach at A&M and then went on to Mississippi State. And, of course, I think Jackie Sherrill has built this program. He's an excellent coach. He's got a strong will to win, and he's done a very good job of maintaining it and continuing the tradition.
They had a great recruiting year to the Aggies, a top 5 recruiting year in most of the recruiting publications. 1st and 10 for Hawaii at the 25 of Texas A&M. Jamal Farmer up the middle.
Paul Johnson, the offensive coordinator who coached at Georgia Southern with Irk Russell, has tried to settle his offense down here in the second half and become a little bit more run-oriented. He knows he's got the clock. He's on time to do exactly what he wants to do. He's got a big play offense that's capable of breaking anything at any time.
Gain of 3 on 1st down for Farmer. 2nd and 7 Hawaii. To the end zone. Too high. And the play well covered. Intended for Jeff Seidner. Gabriel's a little bit disappointed it wasn't complete, but the most likely possibility looked like an interception with a couple of white shirts in the neighborhood.
Tremendous pressure by Anthony Williams, a linebacker, number 48, and 95, Albert Jones, big 6'4", 257. Tough to throw when you get those hands in your face, and A&M's getting people up the field on the offensive line of Hawaii.
Big play here. 3rd down and 7 with 6:22 left in the 3rd quarter. Texas A&M leads 28-10. They try the middle again. Crowd groans. They've been watching this football game since the start, and they know that that play up the middle with Farmer hasn't gone anywhere at any time.
Bring the field goal unit on. Again, I think what's happening on that play is Garrett Gabriel's reading the option, and A&M, by the look that they're giving him, is forcing them to give the ball to Jamel Farmer.
38-yard field goal try from Elam. And it is good. He's a perfect 2 for 2 today. The junior from Snellville, Georgia, Jason Elam, cuts the Texas A&M lead to 28-13. Still lots of time left. 5:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Hawaii scoring drive capped by the field goal by Elam, officially a 37-yarder. 7 plays, 45 yards. The big play, the scramble by Gabriel, and then the late hit out of bounds. Sal Velasco to kick off. Shane Garrett at the top of your screen. Cornelius Patterson at the bottom. Short kick. Garrett started at a 16. And he brings it back to the 29-yard line. Greg Chistakoff made the tackle on special teams.
Big offensive line of Texas A&M. R.C. Slocum put him on diets this summer, and mostly every one of his offensive linemen lost 15, 20, 25 pounds. A lot less cheeseburgers being sold in Texas A&M territory this summer.
They had 3 guys over 300 pounds. Now they're all under 300, some of them quite close to the 300-pound mark. Aaron Lewis. Do you look for A&M to try to go back to what was successful in the first half and keep it on the ground?
I look for 3 runs here where they try to establish the line of scrimmage again, first down, and try to pick that up and get the clock moving and try to grind it out on the ground. Hawaii's starting to move around on defense a little bit more. They're down, people are starting to move around. Obviously, Bob Wagner's not real happy with something.
I think he thought there was a fumble on the play that went uncalled. Last year, the Aggies rushed it 68% of the time. Today, they've kept it on the ground for 74% of their plays. And they'll keep it on the ground again. Lewis, some running room if he can turn the corner. Joaquin Barnett knocked him down at the 40, very close to a first down.
I tell you, that was an excellent call by the offensive staff of A&M. Again, into a strong safety blitz, but it was picked up. Robert Bull Wilson, again, blocking on Mike Tressler, the strong safety, opened it up. Hawaii got just what they wanted on that play. The linebacker was just a little slow, and Darren Lewis is quick turning the corner.
A 9-yard gain and a first down for Texas A&M. Pavlis to Lewis. Now the reverse. Shane Garrett. Flag down back of the line of scrimmage. Garrett running over people in the secondary all the way down to the 32. But there is a flag back at the 35. And on the near sideline, R.C. Slocum has taken his hat off, and he's starting to get hot with the officiating. Hawaii has not been penalized yet. And A&M is now into double figures in penalties called against them.
Good play call here, because it's obvious now that A&M's going to run the football. Now being penalized, they have to put it up, but they want to try to again reestablish the run and control the clock. The reverse was wide open. Shane Garrett may be the best athlete of the 3 receivers, and that's why he's returned kicks, getting the ball in the reverse, trying to get him the ball, throwing the ball.
Now you would think with all of the wires hanging off the referee, Jack Baker, that we'd be able to get his microphone to work.
Jack's got to worry about somebody strangling him with them wires.
They called the quarterback Pavlis for a clip.
Definitely a clip. It was a clip on David Tanavasa. Good call by the officials. I never thought I'd hear myself saying that.
That negates a 27-yard gain and a first down. Wilson gets a lot of the yardage back. He bowled his way out to the 33-yard line. Lino Samana made the tackle.
What A&M wants to do now, Sean, is either throw the quick curl pass over the middle to the big tight end, Dennis Ransom, or maybe set up a screen right now to try to get a little bit more of that yardage back yet. You don't want a turnover. You just want to get a little bit more of it back so you have 3rd and 6, 7 right in there.
2nd down, 18. Blitz coming. Lewis, nice catch, then he dropped it. Had it in his hands, and then it fell out. Mika Li'i was running out in the flat trying to cover Darren Lewis.
Good pressure from the backside by Mark Odom. He remains unblocked because of the scheme, the tackle. He's a little too quick for the offensive left tackle.
Darren Lewis, the leading returning career rusher in Division 1A football. Nearly 400 yards ahead of his closest pursuer, Mike Mayweather of Army. 3rd down, 18. Pavlis with the blitz on, dumps it off. Running room for Wilson. And he couldn't pick up the first down. Had the blockers out in front of him, but that play broke down quickly.
That's a little screen that they threw earlier in the game down on this left side of the football field where Wilson carried to about the 10-yard line. Good job by Hawaii again on that particular play, giving them a few yards, but stopping and forcing the punt.
Clock ticking down to 3:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Sean Wilson, the punter. Senior from Huntsville, Texas. Wobbly kick off to the right. Great bounce. Seidner plays it at the 4. He's in trouble. Tripped up at the 6.
Tough bounce for Jeff Seidner. I think he was going to let it go, and then he saw it dying around the 4 or 5 yard line to try to make something happen. Wobbly kicked it. The bounce helped A&M.
A 52-yard punt, just a 2-yard return for Jeff Seidner. And the Rainbows pinned back in their own territory at the 6. Aggie fans making the noise. Down in that end zone, Gabriel throws, caught. First down, Larry Conn-Smith, the reception at the 20. Hit immediately by Kevin Smith, but Larry Conn-Smith was able to hang on for a gain of 15.
Deep comeback route by Larry Conn-Smith. An outstanding throw by Garrett Gabriel. Again, William Thomas was in his face. He avoided the block of the fullback. You see him there. Look at this route. Thrown on time. He made the break. The ball was thrown already, and a good reception and good coverage by A&M.
Larry Conn-Smith, a great physical specimen, 39-inch vertical leap. The coaches are still waiting for him to become a very good football player. He has the physical abilities, but it was not translated into performance on the field. Gabriel going deep. That's into a crowd, and it is picked off. Kevin Smith, 9 interceptions last year. That's his first of 1990. And the Aggies get it back at their own 34. An ill-advised throw by Garrett Gabriel right into the coverage.
Kevin Smith was sitting back in coverage and saw the post pattern coming and was able to break over and make the interception. See Garrett Gabriel on the fake. The one thing that the option's not really been established, so the defensive backs are all sitting back there, and it's a good interception by Kevin Smith. Kevin's idol is Frank Minifield, the corner at Cleveland that's not quite in camp yet, and that's his 10th pass that he's intercepted. Lester Hayes has the school record. Pretty fair group of defensive backs that went through A&M.
Nine interceptions last year for Smith. He now needs 3 interceptions to become A&M's all-time interception leader, as Mike mentioned. He'll pass Lester Hayes. Back to the ground with Robert Wilson for the Aggies. He bounced ahead for 1.5 yards, crossed the 35, and that was all. And time is beginning to become the ally of the Aggies.
Still enough time, Sean, for Hawaii, but their offense has really sputtered. They've really not been able to establish anything today against the great defense of Texas A&M, the wrecking crew, Bob Davies.
Short drop by Pavlis. Oliver hit immediately. Kenny Harper came up and put the hit on Oliver. The crowd roared about the hit. Oliver held the ball up, saying, hey, I held on to it.
Good reception, 3-step drop, just a quick hitch. Lance Pavlis, 3-step drop. He's throwing right away. Quick hitch, high throw. The defensive back comes in, and Kenny Harper, great, again, concentration by Gary Oliver.
Oliver came to A&M as a walk-on, was a starter by the midway point of his freshman year. On 3rd and 3, the quick pass incomplete. They're going to rule it a fumble. Now an incomplete pass called from the official on the far sideline. The official nearest the play watched the ball roll right past him. No indication of an incomplete pass, as Ransom was the intended receiver. But then the official came running in from the sideline. Incomplete pass to call, and Bob Wagner's pleased with that.
Just a quick pass. Terry Pankey comes up, puts the hit. Puts his hands right on the ball that forced a fumble by Dennis Ransom, so he didn't control the ball.
That official right in the picture had the play right in front of him. That looked like a complete pass and then knocked away by that replay. Low kick from Wilson. Again, he'll benefit from a great roll. Inside the 10 and out at the 8.
Well, those aren't the kind of punch you like. They're not pretty, but they're getting the job done right now.
A punt of 50 for Sean Wilson. He shakes his head, but 50 yards with no return. He'll have to be happy with it, although it was not an artistic thing of beauty.
Marcy Slocum game plan right now. I'm impressed with the way Hawaii's playing on defense right now. I think they're reaching back, and Rich Ellison made some changes at halftime. They're playing a little bit more 8-man front on defense. They're moving around a little bit more on the defensive front, and I think that's helped them against the bigger offensive line of A&M. The offense of Hawaii must get it going. They must get something going. Time. And I'll tell you what, this is a very good, solid defense, Texas A&M.
58 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Texas A&M 28, Hawaii 13. Gabriel has a man, and Larry Conn-Smith couldn't hang on. He took a hit from Derek Frazier just as the ball arrived. The sophomore from Sugar Land, Texas, made the big play.
Hawaii came back. On the last play, they ran a post route. And Texas A&M was sitting back with 3 defensive backs. On this particular route, they took the up back up the field on the sideline. He's open. open. That's as well as you can throw the football. Just was not able to bring it in. Derek Frazier again with a great hit. I tell you, I'm impressed with the linebackers of Texas A&M. They're very solid, and this secondary is a very quick, athletic secondary.
Frazier, inexperienced coming into this year. He started 3 games last year as a freshman.
Kinesiology major.
2nd and 10 for the Rainbows. Screen. Farmer in trouble. Dropped right at the line of scrimmage, the 6.
A&M is a tough team to screen because they run so well. And Farmer just really today has had a tough time getting anything going, running the football or on the reception end of it. This is a key play now for Garrett Gabriel. There's been some keys because their defense now in the second half is playing so well. They need to establish a first down and come out of this hole.
Third down, 11 yards to go for a Hawaii first down. He's calling for a timeout. 6 seconds left in the quarter. The play clock has not been functioning this afternoon, so we don't know if he could have gotten away without calling that timeout.
Well, I look at it 2 different ways in this particular instance, Sean. You're to a point in a ball game where this is a very key play. So if there is a mix-up right there and you want to talk it over, now's the time to do that. But, and they'll go to 25-second clock. But if you get back in this game with a couple of scores, you're going to need those timeouts in the 4th quarter to come back. So you don't like to spend it. But again, Garrett Gabriel, if he was uncomfortable with something right there, probably made the wise choice.
We hope you'll stay with our game day, and they played the Houston run and shoot very tough last year, and they're doing the same to the run and shoot derivative of Hawaii. Gabriel's pass caught. Derek Branch just did pick up the first down at the 20. He's a sophomore from Dallas, Texas.
They had a nice job by Derek Branch of being able to go past the sticks. 10 yards, 11 yards to pick up the first down. Good possession catch for him.
The first down for the Rainbows on the final play of the 3rd quarter. After 3, it's A&M still with a comfortable lead. Heat would be a factor because Hawaii works out in this weather on a daily basis, and A&M back in College Station conducted its summer workouts in the high heat and humidity of Texas. But you know these players have to be tired.
Very few substitutions in this ball game.
1st and 10 Hawaii from its own 20. Rainbows trail by 15 as the 4th quarter begins. Gabriel, high throw taken in. Terrific catch by Larry Kahn Smith. They talked about his athletic ability, and he's starting to put that to good use.
Tell you what happened on that particular play. Jamal Farmer did a nice job of blocking the outside linebacker, which opened up the throwing lane. That's the first time they've been able to get the outside backer down today.
Larry Kahn Smith needed just about all of his 39-inch vertical leap to go up and get that one. 1st and 10 Rainbows from the 34. Seidner, the motion man. They go quickly for Seidner. Puts the move on. And he tripped as he crossed the 40, stumbled ahead close to a first down at the 44. That looks a little bit more like the offense that was 5th in the nation last year.
They're coming untracked a little bit right now. They got a feel. You get the ball to Jeff Seidner out in the flat here, and then a missed tackle, 10 yards. Again, a roll to the left. He's working on a strong safety right here. The reason this was a good play is a strong safety, again, missed the tackle. Jeff Seidner, again, good footwork. Chris Kroom's by him, and he picks up about 9 yards.
2 catches for Seidner, the sophomore from Columbus, Ohio. Farmer bounced off a couple of tackles, picked up the first down. It was 2nd and inches. And Farmer picked up 3 to the 48.
He got stuck in the secondary, Sean, by Larry Horton. He came up and like a load from that free safety and hit Jamal Farmer. But that's kind of offense. Now what you're seeing is they're opening it up a little bit. The run's popping a little bit. They've hit an option a couple of times. Now they're throwing the ball. But they must keep A&M honest, even though they're fighting the clock right now because of the pass rush.
1st and 10, Hawaii. Rainbows at their own 47. 13.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. The Aggies lead by 15. Option. Seidner. Close to another first down in Texas A&M territory at the 43.
That's the one thing A&M doesn't want to happen now. All of a sudden now they're starting to establish their offense. Here's the option. It's the second time we've seen it today. Seidner again, a very fast back. Again, a missed tackle, and he's up the field again for good yardage. They're going to measure for the first down. Offense going, Sean, where you got the fullback threat up inside. You've got the quarterback on the inside, you got the pitch, and you throw the football. It all has to come together for you to be very effective. And Paul, the offensive coordinator, has really done a good job here in the second half of getting a good mix.
They measure for the first down. It is that close. First down, says referee Jack Baker. As we move into the 4th quarter, a look at the storyline. 65 plays for Texas A&M. They wanted to run 80. They might surpass their goal at the pace they're going. Big start to Lewis after his disappointing start of last season, and on the ground, A&M has hammered the Rainbows.
A lot of plays, 65.
On first down, MacArthur had to go off his shoulder pads. Ball free, A&M has it. William Thomas, the fumble recovery. And just as the Rainbows started an impressive drive, it ends on their 3rd turnover of the day.
Looked like a pretty good pitch. It just wasn't handled. And A&M again with pressure up outside William Thomas.
Well, a little bit later on, we'll be picking the slayer of the game.
Coming here, William Thomas may have got his hand on that football a little bit, or got his hand in an area where it caused Dean MacArthur not to be able to see the ball. Big turnover again.
Mr. Thomas might have a leg up for the player of the game honors for Texas A&M. McAfee slices through the defense into Hawaii territory and down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 7 on first down for Keith McAfee, the junior from Sugar Land, Texas.
So here's where A&M has a great advantage. You got a guy like McAfee, 6'1", 209, a junior. He comes off the bench. He's fresh. And they've got some fresh backs in there with that big offensive line and 2 tight ends.
They took McAfee out. Doug Carter, the only back lined up behind Pavlis. Carter gets the call. He's very close to a first down. Lino Samana had the wrap on Carter, but he kept the legs driving. And it looks like he has the first down near the 41-yard line of Hawaii. There's the man Mike Gottfried has talked a lot about today, Bob Davie.
Davie was a tight end in Youngstown. He's out of Coraopolis, Pennsylvania, and went to Moon Township High School. I was on the staff of Ray Dempsey when he was a tight end in Youngstown. He's a very good football player. He's an outstanding football coach. His defense today, he's got to be very pleased with this wrecking crew defense.
You've got the curl. We got William Thomas giving it.
Again, 2 tight ends on first down. Carter couldn't turn the corner. Lost the football. And they're going to rule him down at the 40.
This is going to be a call that RC's going to like.
Be the first one today that he's going to like.
He's going to like this one.
Joe Sardo thought he had the fumble recovery, but they ruled Carter down by contact at the 40-yard line.
Jumped into an 8-man front late in this particular play. Shot the strong safety up inside. You'll see him coming right here, Mike Tressler, and makes the play on Doug Carter. We'll see if he's down.
What'd you think, Coach? Tough to tell. Either way, the officials might get an argument. That pass incomplete, out of bounds. Pavlis tried to come to the near sideline for Felton Ransby.
It was a big play, because if they turn that ball over, Hawaii is back in there. Let's watch it again here to see what we think. got the benefit of watching it a couple of times. I think that ball might have been out.
Yeah, it was on the way out before he's down.
So sometimes as a coach, RC, he's probably been on those officials. He's got that guy right in front of him. So, you know, it's a tough angle for the official. Being honest and being fair, tough angle to make that call.
11:29 left in the fourth quarter. 28-13 Texas A&M. They face 3rd and 9 at the 40-yard line of Hawaii.
It's been a well-officiated ball game, really.
Pavlis with time. Nearly intercepted. That time a poor decision by Pavlis. You saw the crowd around Derek Ware. He still tried to thread the needle, and Mark Odom came very close to intercepting.
I'll tell you one thing that's impressive in this ball game. 2 linebackers come in here with great credentials, William Thomas and Mark Odom. Mark Odom almost made that interception right there. An outstanding player. These are 2 of the better linebackers in the country that we're seeing here today.
A 50-yarder and a 52-yarder on the last 2 punts from Sean Wilson. He's been busy this half. This is his 4th punt of the second half. That one into the end zone. Hawaii with some work to do. 11:17 to play. The Rainbows trail by 15.
Thinking ahead, the offensive staff for a 2-point play to try to get in this where you can get within a touchdown of winning it.
On 1st and 10, Gabriel has a man open. Dane MacArthur moves away from a couple of tacklers, still on his feet. And the extra effort picked up 3 yards. Caught it at the 31, and with the fancy footwork, got 3 more to the 34.
Garrett Gabriel shows you the strength of his arm. Throwing back to the wide side of the football field. Dane MacArthur makes the play. Derek Frazier misses a tackle, and then I believe it's Larry Horton ends up making the play on the tackle. It's a big drive for Hawaii.
MacArthur goes in motion. He's a 4-year starter for Hawaii from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. They look to him again. This time away from Horton. Kevin Smith wraps him up, takes him out of bounds. First down Hawaii at the Rainbows' 45-yard line.
What's happened now to A&M's putting 2 people to the wide side of the field trying to pressure Garrett Gabriel with 2 people up in his face. It's a nice quick flat pass here and a missed tackle that resulted in another first down and 11-yard gain. As you get late in the game as a defense, you start to get a little tired, a little sloppy tackling. We've had 2 right there back to back where they'd like to have those plays back. Good fresh tackles being made.
10:36 to play. 28-13, Texas A&M on top. Farmer on the delay. Got 2. Rainbows don't get on national television very often. They've never won on national television. 0-9-2 in their history before a national audience. But it's too bad that people watching around the country aren't getting a very good idea of the kind of football player Jamal Farmer is.
Well, he's an outstanding player. As I said before, the WAC and Hawaii is underrated. And the thing about Hawaii is you look at Texas A&M here with all this great tradition. They're a young team in Division I that is building a tradition. And that's the thing that's important to keep in mind, where they've come from in the last 20 years.
2nd and 8. Long count by Gabriel. Going deep for Derek Branch. And the best chance to catch it was for Derek Frazier. Branch actually knocked the ball away from Frazier.
That's good coverage. You had a 2-receiver route right here. Again, Hawaii is having so much problem with the quickness and the pressure of the A&M defense that they're blocking 7-8 people to try to give Garrett Gabriel a chance to throw the football. He just wings this one, hoping for something good to happen. Derek Frazier in outstanding position between his man and that football. Great job by the receiver right there of keeping that Derek Branch from keeping that from being intercepted.
Gabriel had completed 6 in a row before that incompletion. Big 3rd down. He's in big trouble. Sacked back at the 34-yard line. Otis Neely, the sophomore from Lamarck, Texas, with his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Otis Neely from the backside put pressure on. William Thomas from the front side dodged the block of the fullback. Again, look here, his fullback's out of control. Otis Neely on the backside beats Sean Robinson, his quickness on the outside. So the pressure from A&M is coming from the outside. They have not been able to block William Thomas today. Pass protection.
Down to 2 seconds left. And the play clock expires.
I think they're short a man.
Yes, they were. They only had 10 men on the field, so Jason Elam will kick from 5 yards further back. That's the first penalty of the football game against the Rainbows. With 8:58 to play, Elam, a short kick. Shane Garrett on a big hop. Good moves, nice run back. Run back of 12 yards to the 40. Time ticking down on our season opener. The Aggies lead by 15.
Hey, right there, Darren Lewis, 24 rushes, 117 yards.
Always important to play well on national TV, and Lewis has today. Randy Simmons with his first carry of the football game. He took the handoff from the new quarterback, Bucky Richardson. Mika Li'i made the tackle for Hawaii.
You got to pull for a guy like Bucky Richardson now. He's coming off a knee operation and sat out last year, and all of a sudden is in a backup role, but he's an outstanding kid. The A&M coaches told me that he was really well liked by the offensive and defensive players on this team.
He was the outstanding offensive player in the Cotton Bowl in '88. He led the victory over Notre Dame, and you get an idea of why they like him. He is a tough runner. Ran a 4.54 40 this summer, coming off the serious knee surgery that took him out of all of last season. Flagged down during the run.
I think the thing with what Bucky Richardson gives this team is an option attack. If you're a Southwest Conference opponent or somebody who's going to play him outside the league, you have to worry about preparing for this team because, first of all, they have such a great array of backs. Big offensive line, good tight ends. Lance Pavlis with 10 completions, 22 attempts, 122 yards. He was well in control of the game as a quarterback, Dave. But then you have Bucky Richardson who can come off and give you a completely different style of play. So they're going to present a lot of problems for the opponents they're going to play in the Southwest Conference.
Offensive coordinator Bob Toledo made it clear to us that Lance Pavlis is the #1 quarterback. Both he and Bucky Richardson understand that. Richardson's first pass caught by Carter. Li'i the tackle at the 43-yard line.
Well, they're fast approaching that 80 plays that they felt like going into the game would be something that if they could get 20 first downs and 80 plays that they'd win the football game. And they're right on track for that. And what they probably feel very good about is a chance to get Bucky Richardson in the game, a little cushion in the lead, and get him back playing in a game-type situation.
So look at the numbers of Doug Carter. He's the brother of Michael Carter, the nose guard of the San Francisco 49ers. Richardson over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Felton Ransby, broken up by Kenny Harper.
Texas A&M probably felt they were going to get man coverage, and they did. They have a crossing route, which you can see the receiver coming across and crossing with the tight end, and just a really nice play by Kenny Harper. After Bucky throws the football, he gets hit by, again, Mark Oldham, number 56, putting pressure on the passer, which he does so well. He has been very active today.
Not a great series for A&M. They wanted to take some time off the clock, but they did not accomplish that mission. Seidner trying to get outside. Flag down. This one's coming back. Flag thrown at the 19.
I like the decision of what A&M did, though. Even only up by 15 points, still enough time left that they feel like that they need to get Bucky Richardson in the game. Bob Wagner is very unhappy here with the clip. Bob's got a well-coached football team. They'll be back. They've got Air Force next week. Air Force coming off a tough loss. Fisher DeBerry, outstanding coach. It'll be a tough game for them on the road. Here again, Jeff Seidner trying to get to, there's 47 with a clip right there. Trying to, you just got to make a good decision on that as the blocker.
Greg Chistakoff, the guilty party. Hawaii backed up to its own 8-yard line. Garrett Gabriel, 50-year senior quarterback, brings Hawaii out of the huddle. 1st and 10 from their own 9. With time, with a man, Derek Branch. 1st down out to the 22.
They've had a lot of success with this particular throw. What they're doing is throwing back away from coverage where they get 2 people on one defensive back. Anthony Williams makes the play on this particular play, but a good route where the receiver is just running down about 12, 14 yards and curling. It's been about the most successful thing they've done throwing the football today. Still got time.
7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Texas A&M 28, Hawaii 13. Dump it off quickly to McCarthy. Wrapped up by Frazier, and a good thing for Texas A&M that Frazier did wrap him up, because had he broken free of that man, he had some running room ahead of him.
What Hawaii needs now, Sean, is a big play. What A&M has to be thinking on defense, if you're going to score, you're going to work. We're not going to give you anything easy. And so that's what Hawaii's faced with right now.
After a wide open first half, just 3 points here in the second half on the Elam field goal for Hawaii. A&M led 28-10 at halftime. Over the middle. Incomplete, intended for Seidner. He got up looking for a flag, and the crowd wanted one as he got his feet tangled up with one of the defenders, but he had no chance of catching the football. It was overthrown by Gabriel.
I think he got tripped on that particular play. As you see Garrett Gabriel set up, here comes Seidner down, and he does get his feet tangled up, but I don't know if he'd have caught the ball anyway. Again, close. Could have went either way. I don't want to get in the habit of defending officials. I've been the other way on the sideline.
That would be a habit you'd have to break. You're used to going the other way, but you've broken the habit of getting on the officials. You've been very kind to them today. Seidner.
Tough little receiver, Jeff Seidner. 5'7", 171. Makes the little catch in the flat, takes the hit, still good yardage.
He had a nice year last year, coming off knee surgery in '88. We've already seen what he can do on kick returns. Last year, Seidner was 4th in the nation in punt returns. 3 catches today. That one good for a 1st down. At the Hawaii 37. 5:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. Seidner thrown for a loss. He had to bend over for the pass that was about to be a little bit short.
Nice reception. Jeff Seidner's from Columbus, Ohio, near my hometown of Crestline. He went to Columbus East High School. The famous graduate there would be Eddie Ratliff, the basketball player that went to Long Beach and now is in the coaching field. But he's come a long way, and he's really an exciting receiver for Hawaii.
Normally, his family back in Columbus is watching via satellite at midnight Columbus time. They're happy that the Rainbows had this morning start in Honolulu. Gabriel to MacArthur. He caught it, then went down immediately, short of a 1st down at the 41-yard line. Hawaii will need 7 more yards on 3rd down.
Texas A&M is very content to give them those kind of passes right now. Hawaii needs something a little bit more. They need to pick up the 1st down right here. I'm not so sure they won't even go for it on 4th down.
Fialoa, the man in motion on 3rd down. In the flat. MacArthur lunges. The lunge might have picked up the 1st down. Chris Crooms the tackle. It will depend on the spot, but from here it appears he has the 1st down, and he does, as Jack Baker says, move the chains.
Again, MacArthur with a great second effort here. He didn't have the first down until he lunged forward there at the end of the play. Chris Crooms on the tackle, the strong safety.
Now timeout on the field called by Texas A&M. MacArthur still limping after that tackle. 4:23 left here. It's a 15-point Texas A&M lead. Let's check in with Tim Brando. His team needs to score on this drive. 1st and 10. They have the football at their own 48. Gabriel moves away from Buckley. Throws it to no man's land. There wasn't a Hawaii receiver within 15 yards. That might be the reason for the smile from Bob Wagner.
Nearest receiver might have been another island, but the problem again for Hawaii throwing the football today has been the outside linebackers of A&M. They just have avoided the block of the fullback and been able to pressure Garrett Gabriel the whole day. If you're a Hawaii fan, this is going to be a good football team. The first ball game, you get a lot of the bugs out of the way, and you're still in this one. This one's not over yet.
4:15 remaining. Been an up and down afternoon for Garrett Gabriel. This time they picked up Thomas nicely. He has all day to throw. Can't find a receiver. Throws into the middle of the field and caught. Seidner. He's ruled down at the 35-yard line. Now Smith wanted a piece of Seidner. They are separated. Late whistle on the knee being down to the 35. But they will spot him down there with a first down for the Rainbows.
Great pass protection here by Hawaii. Garrett Gabriel, as he rolls out the left. Watch here all the time he has waiting for somebody to become open. Receivers readjust their routes. When a quarterback moving like this, Jeff Seidner, again, we've spoken to him so often today from Columbus East, came back to the football, and that was the key.
And a good call. His knee was definitely down. Rainbows on the move. Draw play. 9-yard pickup for Richard Stevenson. In for Jamal Farmer.
Good call by Hawaii. Draw play. You got A&M working up the field with their defensive linemen. You're able to turn them. A good play call. Again, enough time. You just need to get that ball in for a score right here. On the other hand, Texas A&M needs to get a little bit more pressure on Gabriel.
To play, the clock is running. 2nd down and short. Gabriel has the man Branch. Trying to get to the sideline, he could not. Tackled by Marlon Haynes, the junior from Los Angeles. At the 18-yard line, they'll stop the clock for a moment as they move the chains. Hawaii has to start thinking about picking things up. Now a stoppage in play for an injured Aggie along the near sideline. That's 48, Anthony Williams, the junior from Waco, down on the play.
Here's a route being run by Derek Branch. Just a quick in route. He's just under control. Now makes something happen. He turns outside on the defensive back of A&M and picks up the first down. Marlon Haynes on the tackle. Now, Sean, what you need to do, be thinking about now is a 2-minute offense by Hawaii. You know, they have one timeout left, so they're going to really have to speed it up a little bit. If they score here, they're going to go for 2. Then you've got the onside kick ready because you have to onside kick. You don't have enough timeouts to pin Texas A&M down there. But they may start going to a 2-minute offense here real soon. Try to conserve some of this time.
On that reception, it looked like Branch, if he just sprinted to the sideline, had a chance to get out of bounds. He already had the first down. He tried to pick up an extra yard or 2 going through 2 defenders, and the clock continued to run. Stopped for the injury. Gabriel's looked like a much better quarterback in the second half.
I think he's coming along. Again, I think A&M has frustrated the whole entire offense early in the first half, but to his credit and the credit of the Hawaii offense, they've really responded in the second half. Clock's moving.
15 first downs, but only 3 points in this half for Hawaii. Blitz coming. Gabriel's in trouble. Thrown down. Back at the 28-yard line. Quentin Corion hasn't played in 2 years because of academic difficulties. That's his first big play as a Texas A&M Aggie.
The clock's moving. Hawaii needs to speed it up a little bit and go from the line of scrimmage. burning some time right now, and Garrett Gabriel's got to move it a little quicker.
Loss of 9. 2:08 to play from the 28. Again, they come with pressure. Gabriel has a man, pump fakes, and throws too far. Looking for Dane MacArthur. He had David Brantley open in the middle of the field, decided not to throw it to him, tried to use him with the pump fake to spring MacArthur free, and it didn't work.
Well, Garrett Gabriel, I think, made a wise choice here. He could have ran probably for 5, 6, maybe 7 yards. But what Garrett Gabriel was hoping is one of the receivers would see him in trouble and break down field. Here he's buying a little time. He's looking for something big. It's a late hit right here also. But
Larry
Bob
Wallace.
Wagner's complaining on the sideline that the A&M secondary was holding the receivers and not allowing them to turn upfield. But the clock stopped now, and it's a 3rd down situation.
3rd and 19 from the 28 of Texas A&M. The Aggies lead by 15 with 1:57 to play. They show blitz, move into the line. Looked like the Rainbows had some movement from the right guard.
Again, A&M was coming with a blitz, a 7-man blitz. You see them, both linebackers showing blitz here, bluffing a little bit, in the right guard, the offensive right guard, T. Sagapulo, moved a little bit and causes the 5-yard penalty. But it looks like A&M's going to try to pressure him here late and try to make them throw the ball quick.
Rainbows backed up to the 32. 1:54 to play. Gabriel looking toward the end zone, deflected and incomplete. Horton had a great chance to intercept it. Then after he tipped it, it passed by Derek Branch. It's 4th and 24, but they really have to go for it. The field goal does them no good.
Yeah, they've got to go for the 1st down right here. On this replay, what you're going to see here, coming out of the end zone, the nose guard, number 96, John Miller, beat the block of the offensive center, which caused him to rush the football. Larry Horton had an interception right there. He just didn't look it into his hands. Derek Branch almost recovered and was able to take the ball off the hands of Larry Horton. It's the ball game right here.
It certainly is. Hawaii needs to pick up the 1st down or the football game is over. Gabriel with time. Wounded duck, intercepted. Kevin Smith, his 2nd interception of the day. He runs it all the way out to the 42. And Texas A&M is going to open the season with a victory here in Hawaii. Two interceptions today. He needs 2 more to pass Lester Hayes and become A&M's all-time interception leader.
There's nothing tougher, Sean, than to be 4th and 15, 18 yards. It's a tough thing to ask the quarterback. Threw into double coverage right there. He's trying to make something happen. Kevin Smith with a good interception.
Now the Aggies will keep it on the ground. Keith McAfee, good yardage on 1st down out to the 50. 1:25 to play. Those fans we saw from Texas A&M rewarded for the long journey. Not the longest trip out here to Hawaii. The University of Maine Black Bears come here in 3 weeks, a trip of 5,200 miles, the longest trip in college football this year.
I'm sure they checked the AAA on that distance, but if you're A&M, you really, R.C. Slocum, you have to feel really good about the way your kids played with. They didn't make a lot of mistakes.
McAfee has the 1st down at the Hawaii 46. Mike Tressler made the tackle.
Don't mess with A&M. That might be a nice slogan. They're a pretty good football team. RC feels good about his 1st win, open up the season, and make this long trip home a lot more enjoyable for him. Now, on the other hand, Hawaii has a 12-game schedule. This is just one. They'll look at this film and tape and be a better football team and go and play a tough Air Force team next week. Bob Wagner and staff will get them back together.
McAfee again. Rainbows hopelessly behind, will not bother using any of their remaining timeouts.
Two well-coached, good football teams we saw today. And a nice football game.
And it has to be a big relief for R.C. Slocum because, as he said, it was really a no-win situation coming out here. They were expected to win, and if they didn't leave here with the win against a good football team, a lot of people back in Texas would be disappointed.
I think the important thing for people who watch this game to remember, Hawaii's a good football team. Now, they're old 10-1 on TV. They may not invite us back, but they are a good football team on the rise and coming out of a good conference. I expect them to do real well this year.
Mike, I enjoyed it. Look forward to next Saturday at 4 Eastern time, and we're in Charlottesville for Virginia and Clemson. R.C. Slocum 1-0, the final score of this afternoon's football game in Honolulu. The Aggies of Texas A&M 28 and the Rainbows of Hawaii 13. The Ream player of the game for Texas A&M, Darren Lewis, 24 carries, 117 yards, the 18th career 100-yard game for Darren Lewis. He scored a touchdown. And for Hawaii, a very exciting player out of the slot back position, Jeff Seidner, the sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, 18 yards rushing, 65 receiving, also a big day returning kickoffs and punts for the Rainbow. Congratulations to Lewis and Seidner, the Ream players of the game. Once again, the final score, Texas A&M 28, Hawaii 13. For Mike Godfrey, Sean McDonough saying so long from beautiful Honolulu.
And our thanks to Sean McDonough.